Good morning, Forest. I'm Emma. Today's date is Tuesday, April 7th. As you can see, WCAT is doing things a little different during this time. Reminder that all events are canceled until May 1st. However, classes are still going on, so be sure to check your teacher websites and your email for updates. Students are the only ones having to be creative during these hard times. Healthcare workers are making strides to keeping our community safe the best they can. Ethan's here for more on how COVID-19 is affecting healthcare workers.
With all the chaos of the virus, I feel like we can forget about the people that are putting themselves at higher risk every day in order to help the community. Healthcare workers are essential workers that are going back to work at the hospitals where they are at greater chance for exposure every day.
So at work, I think the biggest thing that I've changed recently is with patients' anxiety level with what's going on. I've actually gotten in a habit of just putting a surgical mask on with every patient, whether they're there for a laceration or whether they're there for an injury, something that's not a cough or fever or shortness of breath. So I just make it more evident to put them at ease that, hey, I potentially can expose you to this because I'm in a high-risk career in area. So I just try to put them at ease by making sure they see that I'm using precautions for them as well as myself.
Hospitals are undergoing a new set of protocols in order to reduce the chances of their employees and the patients from being infected.
We've always used standard practices with gloves and masks. However, now specifically we're using N95 mask, and we also, are gowned up, eye protection. So those are things that we've gone over and beyond. And again, those patients are also in a mask, and they're in a negative pressure room in the hospital.
Because healthcare workers are more vulnerable to the virus, they need to be careful when they come home to avoid contamination to their family from anything they experience in the workday.
As far as what I've done to prevent or decrease, I should say, the risk of exposure for my family is that when I come home, I'll leave my shoes in the garage, and then my wife will spray them down with Lysol, and then I take my scrubs off that go right into the washing machine, and I go right to the showers, clean up before really I have a lot of close interaction with the family.
This has been Ethan Camps. Now back to the anchor.
Thanks, Ethan. We're so thankful for the service that healthcare workers are providing for our nation. Another change coming from this pandemic is the free grab-and-go meal service. Check the Marion County Public Schools website to see how it can apply to you. Florida is being greatly affected by this virus. However, there are other states battling as well. Aaliyah has a different perspective on the matter.
Hey Wildcats, I'm Aaliyah here with an inside look at how the Navy is handling their COVID outbreak in South Carolina.
Hi, I'm Ariel Lilly. I am a hospital corpsman here on Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and I'm also in the Navy. The corona situation in South Carolina is actually, I feel like it's being controlled. I feel like it's one of the states that have been taking it more seriously. We've installed a curfew at 11 o'clock. I'm particularly on a base called Fort Jackson, and I know our rules can differ from the actual city of Columbia. So for example, if you're not an essential worker and you're caught on this base, they do have the right to arrest you and detain you. Also, before coming in on the gates, they make sure to do a forehead scan of your temperature, and if it's too high, they will put you in a tent and you will be forcibly quarantined. My job has limited amount of people that come in a day, so basically we have 2 teams now, and we go on alternate days. To prevent the coronavirus, I'm actually medical personnel here, so I had to call all of our staff, make sure they have not been potentially exposed or at risk for the coronavirus. I make sure that if any of our staff does have potential risk of being infected by the coronavirus, I'll be doing the screening, I'll be doing the reporting. We also have been sanitizing our building, and we do not allow anyone in our building unless they're essential personnel and have a screening form that everyone has to read before coming into the building.
Thanks, Ariel. To make sure you stay updated on all things COVID-19, visit the CDC website. Now back to your anchor.
Even though the circumstances are tough, please remember to stay safe for you and the community around you. To stay updated on all things Forest, make sure to follow us at FHS_WCT on Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Have a great day in Quarantine Forest, and like always, go Cats!